So let's get down to business. Okay, in case you're wondering about size, this is the container I'm using. It's just doing a small one for us to eat here. This one is 26 centimeters by 17 centimeters by about 4.5 centimeters deep. It does slope in slightly on the sides, but it's a great size just for the two of us. Okay, so that will be our size, and you can adjust your quantities obviously. If you're making a larger one, you can, if the container is double, you just double everything and so on. Alright, first off, we need 190 grams of bottled water. You can use tap water, they say. I like bottled water, there's no chemicals. If you go over slightly or under slightly, it's okay. Sourdough is very forgiving. Today I'm going to use my Bloopers, which is my plain flour and rye flour. So we want 80 grams of starter. A little bit less or a little bit more, it will still work. Give that a mix up. Alright, flour. I just use plain supermarket brand flour. This is just the container, it's not this one, but this is a good flour if you want to use this flour. And flour, we need 250 grams of plain flour, unbleached flour. That's it. Alright. And we need about 1 or 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I just usually do a guesstimate. And 6 grams of salt. That's it. Just mix it together. If you don't have a mixer, you can just use a metal fork, whatever. You can just use your hands if you like. I have a little bowl of water here. Makes things easier. They don't stick to your fingers. The dough, beautiful. And I'll give it a bit of a mix up with my hand to make sure it's all blended. That looks pretty good. Right. Okay, and there it will sit for about an hour. Just to do its auto-lease, which is absorbing the flour, absorbing all the liquid in there. And then we will do 4 sets of stretch and folds, same as we did in our pizzas and in our bread. We'll come back to you for that. This sourdough focaccia, I'm going to put sea salt and rosemary on the top of it, at the end of it. You can do plain one with just a bit of sea salt if you like, sprinkle on the top. You can do olives, cherry tomatoes, bit of a mixture of all of that. Sometimes I do whatever toppings you prefer, or you can do no toppings at all, but some toppings are nice.
A few moments later.
Welcome back. Okay, it's been about an hour that our dough has been sitting in there soaking up all the goodness of the flour, doing its auto-lease. Now we're going to do our first set of 4 stretch and folds every 30 minutes for the first 2 hours. So let's get into it. Okay, we're going to wet the fingers. Jiggle, fold it onto itself. Turn the bowl, jiggle, on. So you don't want to stretch it up too high, especially the second, third and fourth ones. You'll feel it become stronger each stretch and fold. It'll become smoother and it'll want to hold together more. That's it. Cover it over. Let it sit for another 30 minutes.
A few moments later. A few moments later. A few moments later.
Okay, that's stretch and fold number 4. Okay, so we're going to cover it over like we did before. Now we have to let it sit until it's almost doubled in size, depending on the temperature in your house, of course. So just keep an eye on it. And at that point, after it's doubled in size, you will either pour it straight into your dish that we're using, which I will show you later, and then put it in the fridge overnight. Or you could probably bake it the same day if you're doing it the same day, but it'll be in the evening. Otherwise, you put it the whole bowl after it's almost doubled in size in the fridge, and then continue tomorrow after it's come back to room temperature. You will then put it into the casserole dish with baking paper and olive oil, and let it sit in the dish for a couple of hours. We will go through that as we get there. See you in a few hours.
A few moments later. A few moments later.
Welcome back. Okay, it's been about 5 hours. Our dough is looking extra wobbly and airy, very just what we want. Okay, so now we're going to transfer it into our casserole dish, which we have here, lined with baking paper, and I also throw in a bit of olive oil so it doesn't stick. We'll show you what we're doing. Wobbly that is. Right, I'm going to throw a bit of olive oil on my fingers and then gently persuade the dough to the edges of the dish. Focaccia is very forgiving. Working my way from the middle to the edges. About it. That will go into the fridge tonight until tomorrow when we bake. I will see you then. Good morning, welcome back. Okay, it's the next day. It's time to top our focaccia and then bake it. Okay, I put it in the fridge overnight, covered with a bag over the top. There it is there. And now we are going to top it and bake it. So I'll give you the view from the top. Okay, there we are. How good does that look? Beautiful. Okay, so I've chopped up some rosemary. I have some sea salt, which is finely ground, not too fine, still a bit rustic. Okay, so first of all, we're going to pop a bit of oil on our fingers. You can use water. Then we're going to do the wonderful this is the best part. Check out all those bubbles. What I sometimes do is I'll put the rosemary on first, then I will do the pushing down. That gets it into all nooks and crannies, so to speak. Let's just do this again a little bit. Okay. A bit of sea salt. Drizzle of olive oil across the top. And that's it. Into the oven it goes. It's going to bake for approximately 25 minutes. Okay, I've just popped it on the shelf there, slightly above the middle. Okay, it's time for the focaccia to come out of the oven. There it is. There's only one thing left to do now. That's to cut into it when it's cooled down a bit. And thank you for watching and joining us. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you do, give it the big thumbs up, of course, and subscribe to our channel. Be wonderful. Any comments you have or questions, let me know down below. I'll leave the recipe in the description below. Thanks again for joining us. See you next time. Okay, time for the taste test. Mrs. C's going to do the taste test.
Looks delish.
It does.
Here we go. Buono, molto buono.
Today we're doing sourdough focaccia. So if you've watched my bread and pizza, let's not do that. So I've done the bread and I've done a starter, which you probably may not have seen yet. God. I will leave the description in the I'll leave the description. No, I won't. I will leave the recipe and the method in the description below, but please consider subscribing to our channel. It really helps our channel grow. We have a lot of if you haven't subscribed yet, it would be wonderful if you could keep that going. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, nope. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, here we go. Please consider subscribing to our channel. Give the thumbs up to this video if you are enjoying it, and share it with your friends if you like. Thank you. Good morning, welcome back. It is now the next day. Okay, time to bake our focaccia and top it first, of course. Okay, our focaccia was in the oven No, it wasn't. Focaccia was in the